Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, treasure map Blueno, bepo, Sunikun is upon us. It's actually against Shanks, but they are doing a new thing where they 5+ the PKA unit. So the Blueno, bepo, Sunikun, they are going to be a 5+ unit, and in today's video, I have some buildable, accessible, easier to use teams, as we do like to call them, that don't use any of the new batch, don't use any of the summonable characters since the last time I told you guys was a good time to summon. And that time was the Gear 5 celebration. Kaido, Big Mom, Gear 5, all those types of characters are very, very powerful. And that was pretty much the last time I said that you guys should summon. So hopefully you guys have some of these units. And I do understand a lot of people did summon because it's the 9.5 anniversary, myself included. So if you guys have some of those units, I would definitely put them on these teams. That way you guys are going to get some better points. But in today's video, we're going to break down each individual stage and sort of have a look at what's going on. But the first fight, well, before, if you guys want to just pause the video here, this is the teams that I put together. Let me know in the comment section if you guys see anything that doesn't work, or if there's anything subject to change. I'll try and leave a link in the description below for you guys, so that way you can actually check it out. But the first fight is against Blueno, bepo, and Sunikun. All characters get all the good stuff. And on the final stage, there is 6 turns of bind after sockets, 99 turns of normal attacks only, full water block orbs, 2 turns of special reverse on your second and third row, 2 turns of hunger, and an intimidation debuff, where if you use an attack boost, you lose 2 turns of it. So, the team I put together does run Carrot Wonder. With the new update, the turtles have a lot more HP. Wave clearers have become a lot scarcer, but Carrot Wonder as a captain, you can actually utilize their special, and they become a 100,000 fixed damage deal to all enemies. So you can actually use one of their specials on turn 1, and then that way you wave clear the next 2 stages, which is really interesting. However, Tesoro is also a wave clearer. He can actually do fixed damage, whereas he is just so much going on because he's level limit break. He does 300,000 fixed damage to all enemies, so you can actually utilize him. He's a very high point booster at the moment. Otherwise, you have Vista. You can just use like Bink Vista. That's going to work here as well. But if you wanted to use this particular strat, you could just chuck any other point booster here. To get around the bind, remember it is only 6 turns after sockets. We are utilizing the Uta, free-to-play Uta. She sets defense to 0. She has double special activation, so she will remove 6 turns of binds completely. And then we have a color affinity booster with the free-to-play Bullet. You can replace him with any other color affinity booster. This team doesn't have an attack boosting unit, unfortunately. The only one that you could probably use is like Treasure Map Sanji, but it'll only work for free spirit characters. So that's kind of a bummer. But if you wanted to, put Treasure Map Sanji here for more damage and for more points as well. Moving on to category and Oven now. Size, Strength, and Dex characters get all the good stuff. On the final stage, there's 2 turns of Special Reverse, 99 turns of Normal Attacks only, 5 turns of Ship Bind, 5 turns of Attack Down, 7 turns of Paralysis, and Delay Immunity. So, to make this nice and easy, we are running Uta. Captain Uta basically gets around everything we need to worry about here, because she gets around the Special Reverse, she gets around the Paralysis, and it's very, very nice. You can use any Uta, whether it's the Int Uta or the Quick Uta. It's really not going to matter because this whole team is very cerebral based. We have Sunikun with Sunikun's special. You can get around Ship Bind, but he also has the limit break ability to do that as well. So like you don't really need to use the special. Brook is going to be our wave clearer. Brook's stocks went up 500,000 with your level limit break. He's free to play. Everyone should have him done. You can use him twice for his double special activation to kill the first 2 stages. And even though he's not boosted under Uta, he just works so nicely. Gordon just here for points, and same with Fukura Joju. They're just point boosters. However, Fukura Juju does remove the attack down. There are some supports you could probably use for attack down if you want to. But look, 1.35 times booster, it makes sense to put him here. Onto the Beckman and Lucky Roo fight now. Strength, Dex, and Psy characters get all the good stuff. 5 turns of Paralysis, 99 turns of normal attacks only. Block Orbs, row 3 gets stunned. 1 turn of only allowing you to use 2 specials. There's a damage limiter, which is super cringe, and full immunity. Then there is increased defense up after like the 2nd turn. So ideally, you want to try and kill through this damage limiter, and the best way to do that is to use Big Mom. Big Mom has the ability to give a guaranteed burn conditional, and that burn should do enough to take out Ben Beckman Lucky Roo on that 2nd turn. If it's not, we're just going to have to find a way to bring some like defense up removal here. It really depends on what happens in terms of that defense up. We don't have a way of getting around the stun unless you use Nami and Sanji. Their special can do that. They are an orb booster as well. But look, You don't really need to get around the stun with this team. Sabo takes care of the paralysis, plus he rotates adjacent orbs being tandem. So that way you actually get matching orbs. He's a chain boundary unit, and then you have an attack booster with Koala as well. Zoro, treasure map Zoro again. His stocks just continue to rise. He is going to be your fixed damage dealer, and he can sort of wave clear there. So this team is built around if Big Mom's burn does the job, but there are some supports that you can use to get around defense up anyway. So like you have, oh, that's the wrong one. You have stuff like Daifuku. You have this Perispero if you were lucky enough to get him. I believe Sabo has nothing. Zoro has the Grandmaster as well as Tashigi every time he taps. Koala doesn't have anything, unfortunately, but Nami and Sanji definitely do. So you have some options there for defense up supports if the burn isn't enough. But moving on to Kizaru and Fujitora now. Strength, Quick, and Psy units get all the good stuff. This fight is an absolute doozy. There's so much going on. 9 turns, or so 6 turns after sockets for your left-hand column getting bind. Row 3 gets 1 turn of cooldowns, or special reverse. The second row and the third, row 1 gets 3 turns of reverse. So your top row is going to get 3 turns of special reverse, which is just not okay. Your second and third row get 2 turns, 99 turns of normal attacks only, full border block orbs. Your captain gets spared for 10 turns, so 7 turns after sockets. There's 1 turn of, you can only use 2 specials, 6 turns of damage reduction, and then all immunity. Yes, there's a revive, 50,000 damage, as well as a 2-turn tandem barrier with a 10% heal. So, the plan here is to use Kaido. Now, Kaido, we're not going to be utilizing Kaido's special. We're going to be utilizing his super class, but we are going to really want a way to sort of get around the block orbs first. Now, if I remember correctly, this Blackbeard rotates block orbs. I remember he removes the bind, but no, he doesn't remove block orbs. That's always fun. Maybe I need a way to get around block orbs with this team. I just might have spaced on that, because Kaido actually doesn't. Yeah, that's not ideal. Yeah, so we're going to have to find a way to bring a block orb manipulator for this particular team. The lead performers are great because they can give themselves a block orb. Plus, they can actually remove all the despair if you want to move the ulti unit onto them. That way, you can just get around all of the despair that way. And then you could use something like, what's it called? A cooldown reducer for Kaido. Because remember, your top row is going to get 3 turns of special reverse. Kaido can reduce 2 of them with his super class, or his super EX, I should say. However, that's not going to be enough to sort of get you over the line, because you are going to have to remove 3 turns for Kaido. That's if you want to use the Kaido special anyway. Ideally, we want to get those block orbs on Kaido, so that way we can actually get the burn to try and kill on that 10% revive. If we don't have a way to get block orbs, we are just going to have to look at removing. I think Kanjo actually rotates block orbs, doesn't he? Yeah, he changes all orbs into Dex. So you can use him on like turn 2 and then keep the Wano orbs that way. Remember, Kaido does turn Dex orbs into Wano, as well as, yeah. So if you could find a way to like get a full board of Dex orbs, but also have one of Kaido's Donnies, so that way you can activate the Super EX, that's going to be the best thing for you. I literally just chucked Orochi here because he was one of Kaido's Donnies, but we might sort of have to go through and look at another option. Maybe someone that can use a Brûlé support will work really, really nicely. Like a Big Mom, something like that, instead of Orochi. So you could easily just take this Orochi off and then utilize, where's the Clash Big Mom? I know she's boosted at the moment. This one. So you could do something like this and then just chuck on the Brûlé support here. Oh, Brûlé doesn't go a Big Mom. That's hilarious, Stump. You're a fool. Well, this team definitely is going to need some readjusting and some reevaluation. Because we're using the lead performers, it does sort of not really leave us with too many options. But look, I guess you could replace Jinbei with another damage reduction remover, someone who's also going to rotate block orbs, or find a way to sort of get around it like that. So that's definitely going to have to be a shout, but I'll leave that with you guys. Moving on to the Shanks fight, Strength, Dex, and Psy characters get all of the good stuff. This fight is crazy. 1 turn of special reverse, 9 turns of normal attacks only, 6 turns of paralysis, 2 turns of damage reduction at 90%, and then full immunity except for delay. On death, you get 3 turns of attack down, and then against Shanks, there's another turn of special reverse, 5 turns of bind on row 3 after sockets, 2 turns of a 90% attack down if you're below a 2.75 chain, and then an intimidate to remove 1 turn of chain lock, which is very annoying. There's also 3 turns of a 1 million times defense up, which is insane, and then 99 turns of full immunity except for delay again as well. So, to take down this fight, I'm actually utilizing the free-to-play Blueno, Bepo, and Sunicune unit as my leader. The reason I'm doing this is because they have 1 turn of special cooldown in their captain. They're also a rainbow booster, so they do work quite nicely. And then you can partner them up with Kobe. Kobe's great because Kobe can take care of nothing on this fight. Yes, you heard that correctly. Kobe takes care of literally nothing. He's just going to be our color affinity booster for the final stage, and that's basically it. Sanji and Judge, you can use them on turn 2 to get an attack boost and an orb buff. They also remove the paralysis by 6 turns. And then on the final stage, you can use Kobe to make them captain because everyone here is some sort of powerhouse or fighter besides the Markano, Luffy, and Uta unit. But look, that's not the end of the world. They're here just so we can utilize the damage reduction. Plus, they have the ace support to give us a chain boost. You can use Doflamingo on Sanji Judge if you want to, because remember, you just need to crack 2.75, and all your damage is coming from Kobe anyway, so just be mindful of that. Zeph's here to remove the defense up. With the iron support, you can get around the damage reduction. And then you have the bind removal of Baccarat, Dice, and Mr. Tanaka here as well. This team, it should work quite nicely. I don't know how long it will last for, but ideally, with these particular teams, we're only looking at getting to around nav level 49 anyway, so it'll definitely work up until that particular point. Looking at the Luffy fight now, Cerebrals, Slashers, and Fighters get all the good stuff. 99 turns of normal attacks only, 2 turns of special reverse on stage 2, on row 2 and 3, full border block orbs, and there is a 2-turn, 2 times tandem orb barrier. Very annoying. On death, your middle and bottom row get 7 turns of special reverse, and there's 4 turns of, of special bind on your top row. So, very, very annoying stuff. So, if you actually utilize Kobe on this stage to get around all of these annoying shenanigans, because remember, he's not getting special reversed, whoever you rotate into your captain, if you choose to do so, is going to get the 4 turns rather than the 7 turns of special bind. So that's definitely something to note. You do want to make sure you don't pick this Luffy and Luffy, Uta, and Markano unit, because they are going to be the ones that remove the special bind. You definitely could do Hina. Like, you could make Hina your captain. That way you just get a bit more damage on turn 2. But look, Kobe's special is going to be enough. On the final stage, your top row gets special reversed. Remember, your captain swap will be back to the normal by this particular point, because it doesn't go into the preemptive. Right before preemptives hit, your captain will swap back. Kobe and your PK unit, they're going to get 3 turns of special reverse. But look, that's okay. We're not actually utilizing them. You do get slot bind in here, which is going to be a bit of a problem. I think Kobe has slot bind removal. I'm pretty certain he does. I'm hoping Fukuru Jojo does as well, but look, we'll wait and see. 4 turns of attack down, 7 turns of threshold, 4 turns of defense up, and defense down immunity. So you can't set defense to 0, but Hina, she's so good here. She can actually take care of the attack down and the defense up. She's also your orb booster for this team, I believe. And if you have an orb boost, she can be an attack booster. So if you can find a support for this team to like give you a to give you an orb boost, you could definitely use her as your attack booster. Fuki Majuju, he's going to give you the threshold removal, and then with the VV support on Markano, Luffy, and Uta, you can get around more of that. You can use Grandpa Hio as well. That's definitely an option. And then finally we have Baccarat, Tanaka. They're going to reduce bind, but for this team, you're just going to be using them for their conditional boost. So you want to use them on turn 2, and that way you can actually, well, you can't really use them on turn 2 actually, because they're going to get special reversed. So that kind of sucky. That's kind of sucky. You can use them on the final stage, but look, you can't set defense to 0 anyway, so they're kind of just here for the chain lock of Tesoro, I guess. But yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, they're the teams. It's going to wrap it up. Like I said, you're going to probably have to find a block orb manipulator for this particular team. Going to be a little bit of an annoyance, but I do believe that it's definitely doable. You just basically need someone who's just going to remove damage reduction, I guess. Or bind. Someone that can remove bind. That's also going to have a Brûlé support. Look, honestly, if you really wanted to, you could easily just do this. And then just use a Brûlé support if you have the Brûlé support. Otherwise, your other options include stuff like Komurasaki. You could use something like Carrot and Nami. You have like Original Zeph or Dr. Indigo. Like I said, there's definitely options there. But remember, you're just going to want to have 2 of the Kaido Donnies anyway. But like I said, that's going to wrap up the video. I will bring up the picture for you guys here. So hopefully that's going to help you guys out if you skip to the end there. I will do a video with my particular teams. But best of luck in Treasure Map. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to go down there, bell, like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.